First, theory. The Red Line destruction, also known as the Pan-Pangea. To understand the ending of One Piece, you must first accept the reality confirmed in the Egghead arc. The world is sinking. The sea levels are rising, and the planet is turning into a water world. This theory posits that the One Piece is not just a treasure, but an actionable plan to stop this cycle by destroying the Red Line. The Red Line is the massive ring continent that encircles the globe, dividing the oceans into 4 isolated seas: east, west, north, and south. It is an artificial barrier. The theory states that Luffy, utilizing the ancient weapons, Pluton, the battleship buried beneath Wano, and Poseidon, the mermaid princess Shirahoshi, will destroy the Red Line at 2 specific points. The first point is the Holy Land of Mary Geoise. By shattering the continent here, the debris will rain down upon Fishman Island, which sits directly beneath it. This explains the terrifying prophecy Madame Charlie made early in the Fishman Island arc. Luffy standing amidst the flames of a destroyed Fishman Island. He does not destroy it out of malice. He destroys the ceiling to liberate the ocean. The fishmen will evacuate on the massive ark, Noah, rising to the surface to live under the sun as Queen Otohime dreamed. When the Red Line crumbles, the 4 separated seas will merge into one giant, unified ocean. This merger creates the All Blue, fulfilling Sanji's dream, and physically turns the world into one piece. Second, theory, Binks' sake. If the destruction of the Red Line is the geopolitical ending, this is the emotional one. This theory claims the physical treasure Roger found on Loftail is a massive, preserved supply of sake brewed by Joy Boy during the Void Century. When Goldie Roger found the treasure, he didn't find a weapon or gold. He laughed. He said, "I wish I'd been born in your time," and described it as a funny story. He laughed because the One Piece is a party invitation he couldn't accept because he was dying. Binks' sake is not just a sea shanty filled with nonsense lyrics. It is a historical record of the Void Century, disguised as a song so the world government wouldn't ban it. The lyrics describe the delivery of this sake. Luffy's true dream, the one hidden from the audience in chapter 1060, is widely believed to be throwing a party with the whole world. To fulfill this, he needs the ultimate booze. The series ends not with a coronation, but with the largest banquet in human history, held on the ruins of the Red Line. Third, theory, the gatekeeper Shanks. Shanks is not the villain, but he is the final obstacle. This theory asserts that Shanks, a member of the Figureland family of celestial dragons, has known the location of the One Piece for decades, but refused to claim it. Shanks stole the Nika fruit from the world government not to eat it, but to find the one person who could awaken it. He sacrificed his arm in the first chapter not just to save a child, but to place a bet on the new era. He is the gatekeeper. He maintains the balance of power, meeting with the 5 elders, waiting for Joy Boy to return. Now that Luffy has awakened Gear 5, Shanks finally made his move at the end of Wano, saying, "It's time to claim it." He will not hand the title of Pirate King to Luffy. He will test him. If Luffy cannot defeat Shanks, he is not ready to carry the burden of centuries of history. Fourth, theory, the Davy Back fight. This explains how Luffy and Shanks will fight. They are friends. A deathmatch makes no narrative sense. Instead, they will engage in a Davy Back fight, a pirate tradition introduced in the Long Ring Longland arc explicitly for this purpose. The Davy Back fight is a contest of skill where crews bet their crewmates or their Jolly Roger. Shanks will likely challenge Luffy for the final road poneglyph and the Straw Hat itself. This setup provides the perfect stage for the inevitable sniper duel between Usopp and his father, Yasopp, and a pure Haki duel between Luffy and Shanks, without the need for bloodlust. It is a battle for the crown, played by the rules of pirates. Fifth, theory, Blackbeard's chimera biology. Marshal D. Teach will consume a third devil fruit. During the Marineford War, Marco the Phoenix stated that Teach has an atypical body structure, which allows him to survive eating 2 fruits, the Darkness Logia and the Quake Paramecia. His Jolly Roger features 3 skulls. He carries 3 pistols. He is consistently associated with the number 3. The theory posits he has a chimera or octopus biology. Potentially 3 hearts or 3 distinct souls josh lineages inside one body that allows for a third power. He has the strongest Logia and the strongest Paramecia. To become the ultimate antithesis to Luffy, he requires the strongest Zoan. While some believed he would take Kaido's dragon form, a more terrifying option fits the endgame: a mythical Zoan, model, moon god, or kraken. If Luffy is the sun god Nika, Blackbeard is the moon or the sea devil, completing the duality of light and dark. 6th theory: Imu is the Umibozu. The mysterious king of the world, Imu, is the origin of the devil fruit curse. The name Imu is Umi, spelled backward, the Japanese word for sea. In Japanese folklore, the Umibozu is a sea yokai that sinks ships. The theory suggests Imu is not human, but a personification of the sea or a user of a water-based ability. This explains why the sea hates devil fruit users, because the ruler of the sea, Imu, rejects the unnatural evolution that devil fruits represent. We know from the Egghead arc that the ancient world was flooded. Imu is terraforming the planet, sinking islands to create a world they can rule absolutely. The final battle will be Luffy, the warrior of liberation and land, against Imu, the stillness of the deep sea. 7th theory: Dragon was Admiral Shiroryu. Before leading the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon was a Marine Admiral codenamed Shiroryu, or White Dragon. The original 3 admirals, Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru, are based on the Japanese Momotaro legend, which features a monkey, a pheasant, and a dog. The legend also features a dragon. Dragon is the missing piece of this quartet. This explains why Akainu, the fleet admiral, holds a deep personal grudge against Dragon, referring to Luffy exclusively as Dragon's son. They were former colleagues. Dragon saw the corruption of the celestial dragons from the highest level of the Marines, realized he couldn't change it from within, unlike Garp, and left to start the revolution, taking the military secrets of the Holy Knights with him. 8th theory: Chopper, the forest god. Tony Chopper did not eat a standard human fruit. He ate the Hito Hito no Mi, model forest god. In the Skypiea arc, 4 gods are mentioned: sun, rain, earth, and forest. We know Luffy is the sun. Chopper's fruit is suspicious because his human form retains a blue nose and fur, and his monster point looks nothing like a human. It resembles a Wendigo or the Celtic god Cernunnos. Chopper's dream is to cure every disease. In the endgame, the sickness will not be a virus, but the dying planet itself, poisoned by the ancient weapons or the stagnation of the Red Line. Chopper will awaken his fruit to heal the ecology of the world, fulfilling the role of the forest god alongside the sun god. 9th theory: Crocodile's secret. Sir Crocodile was born a woman. This is the weakness Ivankov holds over him from their days as rookies. During the Impel Down arc, Ivankov threatens to reveal a secret about Crocodile's past. Later, during the Marineford War, Crocodile acts with strangely protective instincts toward Luffy, saving him from both Mihawk and Akainu. The theory suggests Crocodile was a female pirate who sought power and asked Ivankov to use the Hormhorn fruit to transform him into a man. While some fringe versions of this theory suggest he is Luffy's mother, the core theory, that he is a trans man indebted to Ivankov, is widely considered the only explanation for his behavior and Ivankov's leverage. 10th theory: Law's immortality surgery. Trafalgar Law will not survive the series. His devil fruit, the Ope Ope no Mi, was introduced with a specific ultimate technique, the perpetual youth surgery, which grants immortality to another at the cost of the user's life. In narrative terms, this is a Chekhov's gun. It must be fired. The most plausible target is not Luffy, but Imu. If Imu is an immortal being from the Void Century who had this surgery performed on them 800 years ago, they cannot be killed by normal means. Law may have to sacrifice himself to perform the surgery in reverse, stripping Imu of their immortality and making them vulnerable to Luffy's attacks. 11th theory: Rocks D. Zebek is Dragon's father, Monkey D. Dragon is not Garp's biological son. He is his son-in-law, the child of Rock's D. Zebek. Garp never refers to Dragon as my son in the manga, only as Luffy's father. Following the God Valley incident 38 years ago, Garp defeated Rocks. Just as Garp later adopted Roger's son Ace to protect him, the theory posits he adopted Rock's son Dragon. Dragon took Garp's family name, Monkey, when he married Garp's daughter, Luffy's mother. This explains why Dragon wants to destroy the world government. He inherited the will of Zebek to topple the world order, but filtered through the moral compass of the Monkey family. 12. Theory: Zoro's left eye. Zoro's closed left eye is not an injury, it is a seal. Since the time skip, Zoro has kept his left eye closed with a vertical scar. He trains with the ideology of the King of Hell. The theory suggests he is suppressing a demonic spirit, possibly the Asura entity or the curse of the Sandai Kitetsu sword, within that eye. In his final duel, likely against the skeletal horsemen of the Gorosei, Nushiro or Mihawk, Zoro will be pushed to the brink. He will open the eye, releasing a surge of observation, haki or bloodlust that allows him to perceive and cut through the underworld powers of the elders. 13th theory: Buggy, the Pirate King. The series will end with Buggy the Clown being recognized by the world as the Pirate King. Luffy cares about being the freest man on the sea, not about titles or political power. Buggy, on the other hand, fails upwards. He is already a Yonko. When the dust settles and the red line falls, Luffy will likely grab his crew and sail off to the next adventure. Buggy will arrive at the scene 5 minutes late, stand atop the rubble, and the World News Morgan will declare him the conqueror. This is the ultimate Oda twist. Luffy gets the freedom he wants, and Buggy gets the glory he craves, maintaining the balance of the world with a king who is actually a clown.